Alright. Now I'm trying a whole different deck. So now that I know people are playing different, let's see how it goes with a Monarch build. So Master of Pendulum, you're out. And now we're going to go with the Royal Monarchs. And let's see how this goes. Yeah, there's the build. And yes, Eldlich has been included. Okay, so let's see. It just seems to fit, especially with Queen, Kings, and Jacks. Okay, and then you've got the Conquerors here. I just think it fits. Okay, and it honestly comes down to this. Oh no. Okay, that's bad. Yeah. I'm telling you, man, I'm grinding this game. Oh gosh. Huge problems right off the bat here. This is where I need to give him a token. This is where they really need to change it to matches. For this reason right here. Because I'd be siding in the tokens. Or the one that, I think it's the Ether, the little squire. Where you can special it. And then give your opponent a token to their main monster zone. And then that shuts off all the Sky Striker stuff. Yeah, there's engage. Yeah, so this is a problem, without a doubt. This is a huge issue. Yeah, so he's going to use mobilize engage again. Just so good. Load up the grave would be my assumption. Yeah, there's Afterburner. Yep. Gets the little boost. Okay, a couple of face downs. Okay, yeah, he's gonna tag out here. Okay, yep, there's Shizuki. What's up, Taco Tony? End phase effect, he's gonna get that. I really do need a good draw here. Yeah, and then I like that he gets Widowmaker. Alright, what do I get on my draw? That's not exact. Well, that's something. Okay. Alright, so main phase 1, I'm going to activate. Okay, and I'm actually going to ditch that. Alright. Don't have the chain. Yay. Okay. Alright, that's not bad. Alright, now, activate the effect. Special summon Joker's Knight. Send Queen. Okay, so... Yep. Okay, activate. Okay, so activate Panthesium here. The goal is to make him give me what I want. Oh, that's fine. Yep, that's okay. Yeah, so that's alright. Okay, so... Okay. Okay. Alright, what you gonna give me? How does it sound, Shadow and Taco? Does it sound okay? Is the music too loud? I keep wondering that. Okay, so I'm gonna reveal. I tell you what, guys, this Monarch stuff is ridiculously expensive. I just want to be like, what is happening here? Okay, sounds good. Okay, thank you. Alright, so now I'm gonna activate. So activate domain, and then I'm going to use the effect. Hey, what's up, Banana Jesus? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reveal. Okay, and then I contribute. Okay, activate. Okay, so there goes return. Now I'm going to summon. Okay. Queen's Knight's gonna go off to the grave here. There's the boy. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and chain this first. Okay, and then I should be able to chain, yeah. Okay, and I'm trying to think which one I want. Yeah, I know which one I want. Okay. Okay, so 2 chains here. Alright, and then I'm trying to think what I go ahead and do here. I'm definitely going to add that. And then I get to do something with his stuff here. So, what do I want to do? Okay, so I'm definitely sending that to the grave. And then I'm going to also... Yeah, I'm also going to send that. Okay. Okay, and then... Let's see. Yeah, I'll go ahead and try and shuffle something back. Battle phase. Alright, let's get in there. Okay, so attack in. What's that do? Okay. Ooh, that's a problem. Pretty good play. Was not anticipating that. Yeah, it's still gonna work. Okay. Alright, main phase 2. That's a very good play. Alright, I'm gonna set one. You know what? I think this is correct. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and special summon Prime. Okay, let's see. So I'll banish that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna special summon defense. Okay. And I think that's all I'm gonna do. Okay, alright. And then yes, I do want to activate that. Okay, it's free to play card and just hit the wrong button. Oh, did I? Okay. Alright, so now it's my opponent's turn. I really wish I could have kept that Monarch on the field. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see what you guys are talking about. Okay, so it's gonna tag out here. Okay, goes for Hayate. Great card. Okay. No. Alright. Now, let's see what he does next here. Battle phase, okay. Oh yeah, I could see that. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, makes sense to me. Alright, so he's gonna poke in here. Yeah, so he does the 15. He's gonna use the effect. Okay, very nice. So he's gonna send a card here. Yep. Nice play. Oh, are we gonna do jank? Alright, main phase 2. I'm assuming we're gonna see some crazy shenanigans here. I still like my hand. I was gonna say there's gotta be the... Okay, target one. Okay, hang on. I'm looking. That's fine. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that doesn't bother me at all. Okay, one face down. Okay, and then he's gonna start tagging out here. At least that's my assumption here. Okay, yep. So Kagari. Oh no, Shizuku again. Okay. Alright, and then are we on the end phase? No, main 2. Okay. Now we're on the end phase. Okay. So I'm gonna activate 2 things here. Okay. get rid of Stormforth. And then I'm going to activate. Getting rid of that. I was hoping he'd pop that, actually. I'm going to go ahead and do Scarlet Sanguine. Oh, that could be fun. Let me finish my match here. I definitely want to see how this ends out here. Okay. Alright. Feel good about that. I feel that's good. Okay, and then he's going to get his effect now. Yeah. Gets the multi-roll. And I need to shut that down. Like, that needs to stop instantly. Draw. Oh, good draw. Good draw. Okay. Alright, main one. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to activate. Okay. Oh, Max C. Okay. That's fine. Do I care about him having the draw? Not really. Okay. Okay, alright, so I'm fine with that. It's only going to be one draw, so I'm not worried. Okay. Alright, so there comes the boy. Yeah, he gets his draw here. That's fine. And I know exactly what I want. No, I want the protection. Okay. Activate. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and use the effect here. Okay, does he have a way to stop that? He does not. Okay. Do I want to just shuffle something back in? I could. Yeah, I think that's the better decision. Okay. That's why I said I don't care about the draw that he just had. Okay. Yep, that's exactly what I want to do, sir. Okay, no. Okay. Oh wait, oops. Okay. Alright, and then we're gonna hit that. Okay, and then there he comes. And did he still have that in the hand? Okay, so I'm going to activate that first. And then I'm going to activate March. Okay, so that's going to go ahead and give me cards. Oh, that will not work, sir, if it targets. That's fine. You go right ahead and hit that. No problem. Okay. Alright, and then I will just add... Yeah, I'll just add another one of that. That's fine. Okay. Alright, and then I'm going to send some cards to the grave here. Let's see. I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'll do that. Okay. Alright. And then I get to shuffle. Okay. Alright. Hey, what's up, man? Now I'm gonna set. Okay. Alright, and then let's see. Battle. Don't worry, I have a plan. Okay. Alright. Now, I don't think that's gonna work. That's fine, yeah. Thanks, buddy. That's exactly why I went for this. Does everyone see why I did this play here? Okay. Alright. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. Okay. Okay, and then main 2. Yeah, I'm just gonna have my turn there. That's good. Yeah, I feel very good about that. So what I like here, he's locked out of the extra deck, unless he has like a Cosmic Cyclone, which would be an epic play. Gosh, I love Monarchs. And I love the Royal Monarchs with the Eldlich engine put in. Whoa! Is before the end, what do I want to activate? You know what? Nothing. So go ahead and attack. Okay. Let's see. So I can activate that if I want. Okay, sure. Okay. There. No, that's fine. Alright, so that hits his card. Main 2. Oh, okay, 1 face down. Feeling good about that. So the card was just put face down. Yes, I do want to activate here. Okay, so banish. Alright, and then okay. Alright, and then summon. Okay. Confirm. Okay. That hits the field. He can't activate anything. Activate. And then activate. So good. I absolutely love this card. Okay, so 2 chains. Okay. No, I don't want to do anything else there. Alright, so let's see what I get here. Okay, so I'm just going to add that. It's also a zombie, so that's really good. Okay, so I'm going to send that, and then I'll go ahead and send that. Alright, and then I'm going to special. Okay. Okay, I'm going to activate the effect here. And I'm going to pop my own stuff. Gosh, I love this card. Yes, I will take another one, please, sir. And that's beautiful. That's going to allow me to get a nice draw, too, here. Oh, yes. That's so good. Oh, gorgeous. Oh, it's so good. Okay. Alright. I'm going to activate that on the end phase as well. Alright. Gosh, I love this deck. Okay, and no, I'm not doing anything else. I don't need to do anything else. Oh, man. Nope. Look at this, guys. Look at this field against Sky Striker. So much fun. It's so good. End phase, yes. Alright. Oh, good gosh. There's so much happening. Okay. Alright. Activate. Okay, so Cursed Eldlin. No, I don't need chain there. Okay. Alright, activate the effect. Pay the 800. Go ahead and give me the Eldlich. No, I don't need chain that. Okay. Alright. Okay, activate. Okay. Send that. And I just want to get rid of this, sir. What are you playing? Aha! Okay. That is all I needed to see. Okay. So, now, let's activate. Okay. Send that to there. Face up. Alright, and that's 48. We're very... You know what? Does he have something he can do, though? I don't know if he can or not. It still makes me very nervous. Okay. Activate. Okay. And then... sure, let's just do that. And then I think I can do something here, too. Oh, yeah, that's right. There we go. There's the Eldlich. Okay, send that. Don't need it. Man, isn't this deck amazing, everybody? It's so good. Notice I could get the Monarch out if I wanted to, because it counts as a zombie. Alright, and I think that's going to clean it up, everybody. You know what? I don't need to. Okay. Battle. Alright. Attack, please, sir. Oh, yeah. Alright, and then attack with the Queen's Knight. Yeah! Oh, it's so good. Oh, I love it when I can win like that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is kind of get you guys caught up on where we last were. So I wanted to show you, using the Royal Monarchs here, just where we were. So I kind of like that my first day's matches were mostly done with my Pendulum deck and continuing with, well, here's how it went with the Royal Monarchs. And I wasn't able to stream these when this happened. So notice this is not a good hand. It's not what I want. I'm going against a Harpy deck here. And so he sets up his field, and now it's my turn. So that's one thing I noticed, is the consistency is not there. So I have to set 2 Conquistador of the Golden Land, and then I just go ahead and attack with my King's Knight. I do like that they show you the traps. Now, this is actually a really good play. So, Swift Birdman Joe used to be a pretty great card. It was 1 tribute, very easy to get out, pop everything back. Now, if he goes to battle phase, obviously I got to take the damage here, and then he hits me in. So, pretty good. Not a bad play whatsoever. So, now we got draw phase. Now, this is a nice start. So notice I go ahead and I send the Jack's Knight. That allows me to special summon Jack's Knight. I do crash into Harpy's Pet Dragon because I figure 1-for-1's pretty good. Return the King's Knight to the deck. Add the Joker's Knight back from the graveyard to my hand. Because I've got cards here now to do a tribute summon on the next turn. So he goes ahead and activates here. Gets Elegant Egotist, which is really good. He's got the Harpy Lady. Okay, I go ahead and chain here because I was about to go to the battle phase. I'm fine with him hitting that because it actually gives me something that I can do here. So obviously, it's not a meta deck that I'm facing here, so I can muddle my way through because this deck actually can do good things, as you guys saw from the other day. But I go ahead and play Domain here, and now I'm off to the races. So I go ahead and activate my trap, special summon Conquistador of the Golden Land, get out Iberus, and then I'm going to activate the effect here. So this is really smart though. So he's got the Harpy's Featherstorm. I'm shocked he didn't try to chain that with Queen's Knight right away, because that would have shut down a bunch of my turn. Okay, so goes ahead and goes in, or at least for what I wanted to do. And then notice I am just smacking at this point. So it's going well. You know, like I like where I'm at here. Alright, so, and then he just summons and realizes there's no way. So at that point, it was pretty easy to clean it up. So again, that wasn't, you know, the best deck. So then we've got the next one here. And this is going to be the series that I'm going to be posting on YouTube, just my journey through. I really want to kind of chart it. And I'm going to do it with different decks each time, just because I think players will definitely appreciate that. Okay, so right away, this is an ideal hand, having the Joker straight. It's just so good. So I ditched the Joker's, or the Jack's Knight, summon King's Knight, tribute 2, and then Ibris comes out. And then I can go ahead and activate the effect here, send the Panthesium, which is really good, shuffle one back in, activate, and then I'm going to force him to give me domain so I can lock him out. As soon as he realizes that, that's the game. So he just surrenders. And so you're going to notice that trend here. If I go first, I typically do pretty well. So this was the first loss that I've had, was this one here. And I knew right out of the gate that I was in some serious trouble based on what this man put together. I thought, yeah, I'm not going to make this work. So you'll get to see it in action. So obviously not a very good hand. I mean, I have plays here. There are some things that I can do. Because I can ditch Panthesium and get out Eldlich the Golden Lord. But right away, as soon as I saw that he was playing these cards here, I thought, oh no, this is bad. Because the stuff is pretty good. And then he gets out this card. When I saw Secret of the Yang Ying, I thought, oh no, this is bad. He's going to add the trap, which is a negation right there. This is a very good card, so I knew that was going to be a problem. And then notice he starts to link off. Now, as soon as I saw this link monster and saw that it was Halki, I thought, oh, you know, I thought, there's no way I'm muddling my way through this one. This is not going to work. This is me playing a fun, casual type deck that it's not even in rogue category, I'd say. But once I saw him facing this, and this is what I had to deal with going turn 1, it reminds me of what my good buddy Carlos played back in the day. So did Casey, KCS Games. And so this was a nightmare. As soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, here we go. And I was surprised to see that. I thought, oh, that's pretty good, but there's the trap. So I thought, oh, it's bad. Okay, so then he says Providence, which is really good. Just so strong. And I knew at some point he's going to go ahead and get something out. This I was not anticipating. So when I saw the Mystical Beast Jack King come out, I thought, oh no, he's going to get tokens. And then that's going to be a monster negate. And then he's got the Borreload Savage Dragon. He's going to equip it, and that's going to lead to negations. And he has the trap. So as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, I don't know how I get past this. So notice, his field, with the exception of one spot, is completely taken up. Okay, so I do try some things here. So first, I try to send Eldlich the Golden Lord. My target was right here, the Link monster on the field. So obviously he stops that. The bad part is, though, is that, you know, I've only got one shot left here, and obviously he's going to chain to that. You never know. Like, sometimes people don't chain properly, but I thought with what he was playing, I thought, yeah, that's not going to work. Because I did think to myself, I've got the Jack's Knight, so I could actually get Stormforth and at least tribute something off, maybe survive a turn. And once I saw that, I thought, yeah, that's not going to happen. So it was a very good deck, without a doubt. Satisfaction definitely played very well there. And yeah, I had no shot. So I go ahead and I play some more here, just going right back in. And I've noticed a pattern with myself. If I play when it's earlier in the day, I'm more awake. So I don't misplay as hard. because there's going to be some misplays coming up. You're going to see that, and then I start getting frustrated with myself. So right away, this is a very good hand based on what I have here. So I activate Tenacity. Notice I'm going first. I get Prime. I go ahead and play Panthesium. I send the Prime. That gives me 2 cards here. Then I go ahead and reveal cards to him. And I see what he's going to give me. He does choose correctly. So this time I go ahead and try and get 2 more. I go ahead and send the Joker straight here. I did not mean to chain that when I did that. That was a definite misplay. But I go ahead and do that. I get rid of the Conquistador of the Golden Land. I normal summon the King's Knight here, and then that leads to a special of the Jack's Knight. Now, I go ahead and activate March, tribute off both monsters for Ibris, and then I'm going to use the effect here. So I send another Panthesium, shuffle 1 card back in, set 1 face down. Okay, and then I go ahead and set off of the Conquistador or the Golden Land, Scarlet Sanguine. Then I shuffle back in some of my cards, or my 1 card to get Joker straight back. Okay, so notice he goes ahead, and as soon as I saw this, I realized, oh, I'm not sure that's going to work for this guy. So literally, I'm just waiting at this point for the right moment to do something. So the Raigeki was a good play. It was good, but I have March on the field, so I'm completely protected. I banish 1. That gets me out Prime here, which is really good. Now, here's where I decide that I'm going to go ahead and activate Stormforth because I have Ether in the hand. So he brings out this very powerful Link monsters, but this is where I change. So Stormforth goes off. I go ahead and use Ether's effect. And I'm just going to go ahead and tribute off his monster. And so, oh wait, I didn't do that. Oh, because it chained backwards. That's right. I did it too funky. But I still get the effect here. Yeah, so Ether goes off. And I'm actually going to pop both cards. I can chain Scarlet Sanguine and go ahead and get out which I consider to be Karaz's inspiration for the art, or the inspiration for Eldlich. Look how similar they are, guys. I mean, you can see it. It's ridiculous. But notice at that point, he couldn't do anything else. So it was over at that point. So I was kind of rolling, right? You know, things are going really well. This was a really good duel. Lots of turns. I think this is when the misplaying starts, though. And I was also really upset because I couldn't get my data transfer to go through, and I'm like, come on. All right, so go ahead and I start. Okay, so right away I go ahead and activate. So I pay my 800, add Eldlich the Golden Lord to the hand. Go ahead and use the Joker straight, get the special summon of Queen's Knight. Leads to the normal summon of King's Knight, and then I get the special summon of Jack's Knight. And then that leads to Ether here, which is really good. So I go ahead and pop 2 cards here, get a draw 2, which is really good. Send the trap, then I banish Panthesium. This is going to get me my domain lock, which is really good. Okay, so I go, and he did choose the correct card. He gave me Tenacity. So now I've got Domain of the True Monarchs. You know, it's interesting. I am the only player I've ran into so far out of all the matches I've played using Domain. I got out Scarlet Sanguine off of the Conquistador card, and then I shuffled back a Warrior to get Joker straight. So really good first start. Okay, I was not ready for that. That card is just never played. And then I really like what he did here. Then he uses the Lightning Storm. But then I thought to myself, seeing Fissure, I thought, oh, I'm not facing a meta deck. That would have been the right answer if he's playing meta. So I special summon Eldlich the Golden Lord off Scarlet Sanguine. Notice he's playing a Ritual deck. And I thought, oh no, this is going to be bad for him. Okay. So, not a good draw. I don't want to draw those. I only have 4 in the deck. So, it's not very good, but it's at least something. So, Scarlet Sanguine resolves. That gives me Conquistador of the Golden Land. Cursed Eldland going off. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and attack here. I was not anticipating that. So, Kune with Chain. And then he brings out this card. I thought, what? You serious right now? So I pay the 800. Go ahead and set my last Conquistador of the Golden Land. Add Eldlich back. Okay, that allows me then to get a special summon of him. So I'm feeling like I'm in really good shape. This looks like a very strong hand to me. And I didn't summon this as soon as I saw that my opponent wasn't playing something super strong. I wanted to save this in case that changed. So I'm going to activate Conquistador of the Golden Land here. Go ahead and pop the card. Activate Joker's Knight, getting rid of a card. Now I play the Monarch Storm IV. Tribute off what I consider to be probably the two weakest monsters for vanities. And that is going to be a very strong board, ladies and gentlemen. Now, because of something I did here, I can only attack with, I believe, the zombies, which is really weird. I'm fine with this, though, because I have complete control. I'm not worried. So I draw for turn, get another Joker's Knight, and notice I'm just going to smack in, and then I smack in again. Now, if someone can tell me why that happened, I honestly don't know. But I could not attack with these guys, which I found to be super weird. Okay, so this was a heck of a play. That Raigeki was huge. I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe that just worked. Okay, but I'm going to shuffle pieces back in, get my Joker's Knight back. And again, I'm not worried. He's not playing a meta deck here. And so, while he did get a great card, it's not going to be enough. So, I send the Cursed Eldland, get Eldlich the Golden Lord back to my hand. Then I'm going to special summon it, which is really good. Okay, then I go ahead and I just hit in. Okay, end my turn. And I'm not trying to OTK like crazy here, knowing he's playing something that's weaker. I thought I'd give him a shot to keep the duel going. Just because I've seen a lot of that online where people are complaining constantly that are older to the game, and so I've been trying to take it a little easy if I notice that they're, doing the same, or if maybe I know my deck is superior, if that makes sense. And yes, you can absolutely have that in Yu-Gi-Oh, where you're just going against somebody and they have the better deck. I mean, what are you supposed to do in those situations, right? Okay, so right when I saw this, I thought, ooh, okay, so I'm facing an actual Link deck. And so I thought, okay, definitely going to want to try a little bit harder here. Because I just thought this is definitely something I would want to check on. Okay, so he's making it work here. Everything's going the way that he wants it to. Which I thought was good. You know, no doubt about it. Everything's working. And I did think, is this the structure deck that I'm actually facing? That was definitely something that crossed my mind. Because I haven't experimented with it enough to know. But when he ends on that, I thought, oh no, that's not going to be enough to do me in here. So I start with Eldlich the Golden Lord, ditching that. Then I get my special summon here. So I get Queen's Knight, then King's Knight. Okay, and then that leads to the special of Jack's Knight. And then I go ahead and attack in. And this is great damage here. You know, there's a lot going on. It's very good. So notice I take him down significantly. I get to set my Scarlet Sanguine. I'm feeling really good here. But at the same time, I know how powerful Link cards are. So I thought, oh dear, this could be a huge problem here. So he goes ahead and he normals the Cyber Gadget, and I do like the card. I think it's really effective. And notice he's able to go ahead and get out Talkback Lancer, and I do go ahead and chain here because I thought to myself, ooh, he might be going kind of big here soon. And I just wanted protection. I wasn't sure what he was going to make. But I saw that he brought out this guy last time, and I thought, oh dear, what are we going to get? So then I see the 4 links, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's the access code. And I noticed that he goes ahead and he activates here. And so he only popped my 1 card. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, does he not realize, like, what he can do here? You know, and I thought, that's a huge misplay. I will take the misplay. Because I thought that absolutely helps me out, because now this is going to be a lot harder for him. So I go ahead and I get out the Conquistador of the Golden Land. This was very good Signet conflict. And so he was able to stop that from actually resolving. And then it gets banished. So I went ahead and I set down 2 monsters, and then I put down 2 face downs. They're complete bluffs, without a doubt, complete bluffs. So he goes ahead and he attacks here, and because he's already used the effect here, I don't think it gets to go off again. I think it's when it's linked summon. So because of that, I have a little bit of a better situation. So I go ahead and send Return of the Monarchs, and that gives me Eldlich the Golden Lord out. And then that gets out this card here. And then that allows me to go ahead and lower its level by playing Domain. I have March on the field. Ibris goes off, and then I use the effect. I go ahead and send Prime, and then I've got the Panthesium. Returning his access code. Because I've got the Domain lock, I know that he's in huge trouble, because now he can't link. So I go ahead and smack in. Works pretty well. Okay. And then on his draw phase here, he does try something. It's a very interesting play. So he goes ahead and brings out this card, but its attack goes down to 14, so he just goes ahead and tacks in. I don't think that's what he was going for. So I got fortunate with the misplay, because I thought I was in serious trouble there at first. Now, this is where things really start to fall apart. So, as you can see, the Royal Monarchs lose royally for 5 duels for me. It was not good. It was absolutely terrible. And I thought to myself, oh gosh, this could not be any worse. So this is where also the misplaying starts. I did this later in the evening, and I just thought, oh, what am I doing? Now, you're going to see a trend here. Okay, right away he chains Max C. I'm like, darn it. That is such a problem. And anytime I see that, I think to myself, okay, so the Max C's in effect. I don't want to do anything else, which I honestly couldn't anyways. But it's still such a scary card. Now, as soon as I saw what happened there, I thought, oh, I thought it's over. And if I could have just gotten out Ibris, and that's the problem with Monarchs that you're going to see from this duel. They still brick despite what you try to do with them. Now, my most current build, I feel, does not brick as much. But as soon as he was making this, and then I knew what he was going for here with the Thunder Dragon Fusion, he's bringing out the big boy. And no, it's not Colossus. Yeah, it's Titan. So when Titan comes out, I knew I was in huge trouble, because all he needs to do is just destroy my cards. So I thought, this is a huge issue. Now, I do have a way to make this work. So he smacks into me, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to be fine, actually. I can actually do something here, because I'm going to get all these cards out. So I've got the Scarlet Sanguine. Then I also go ahead and get out the Queen's Knight. Now, I know, though, that this is a quick effect. That's the problem with this card, because he's just got to activate something on my turn. So I had to be careful what I did here. So my first play was I was going to send the Joker's Knight. Okay, he chains here. Banishes one. Okay, so the Dragon Lord's going to chain. Okay, and then here's where I've got a play if I wanted to. So I activate Stormforth, because I've got 2 cards that are out here, right? I'm thinking, okay, this isn't looking too bad. So I tribute off both. Now, my son came into the room, and he said something to me, and I activated. I did not want to shuffle the card back in. My goal was to shuffle in Colossus. And so that would have totally changed the entire duel here. So, like I said, misplays hardcore. Like, that's absolutely what happened here. And so I was pretty upset with myself. Just because I would have been in a much better position. Yeah, he still could have gotten possibly over something, but I would have felt much better about where I was. So, and I couldn't add anything because of this card. So I couldn't use my Pantheism, and then he just goes ahead and brings out Titan. And I knew at this point it was just, you know, going down, but I was going to at least try and make it a fight. See what I could do. Yeah, and it's just so frustrating because I had a play and I just really messed it up. But that's Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, that's going to happen. He uses, of course, Titan's effect, and then he can do it again. Yeah, so this is just so broken. These are so difficult to deal with. Okay. So goes ahead, activates the effect. That's going to work. I mean, just a disaster situation. I go ahead and I chain Prime here because I thought, well, at least he's going to have to hit that. So at least I survive. Okay, then he goes again, and there's nothing that I could do to stop him. At least, maybe there was. I just saw I had Conquistador of the Golden Land, I think, set. I don't know. That's weird. Usually I try and make that work. See what I mean about the misplays, though? I was so frustrated once that happened. I thought, oh, shoot. I'm in trouble here now. Alright, so then next duel here. Now, right when I see the hand, I'm like, oh, okay. Interesting hand. Alright, so I decide to go ahead and use Pantheism. And that's probably the worst draw I could have had was 2 Eldlich the Golden Lord. And so I go ahead and use Tenacity. I'm going to use the effect here. Reveal the Karaz. Okay. And I go ahead and activate Eldlich the Golden Lord. And then I go ahead and get Scarlet Sanguine. But I definitely thought differently there because I forgot I have to ditch the domain. Okay, so here everything comes. It's a disaster. Okay, so I go ahead and use the effect here. And at first I'm thinking Dark Lords, and I'm thinking, that's not that bad. I can handle Dark Lords. I should be fine. And then when I saw I had Ether, I thought, oh, I'm in really good shape now. So I go ahead and activate the effect. And then I see this. And I'm like, oh. You know, like that was my first thought. I thought, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe it. So as soon as I saw that, I thought, now I'm in real trouble. So he goes ahead and fuses, and I should have, again, misplaying. I should have just put the domain on the field and left it in the hand. And by doing that, notice what happens here. Yeah, just terrible. I mean, just so strong. And this guy's unaffected by stuff. Yeah, so he's really good. That ends up destroying everything, and at this point, it is a losing battle. And again, all I had to do was put out the domain, but no. So, you see what I'm saying now? That's two duels in a row where the misplaying really costed me here. And that's how I get, like, once I start misplaying, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I should keep going. Just because it starts to really get bad. So he's building his field. Everything's looking good for him. Yeah, he's got everything going his way at this point. All from the trap. I mean, that trap put in huge work for him. Okay, so goes ahead and goes to battle here. Now, I did go ahead and chain here, because I did want to try and survive the turn. And then he smacks me for 4. And then he sets 1. Goes ahead and gains his 1500. Now, I do like my play here, but I thought to myself, ooh, I really got to try and make this work. But I thought this is not going to probably work out the way I wanted to. Yeah, because watch. So I special. Okay. Now, notice what happens here. So I play the Monarch Storm 4th. And my thinking was, I can hopefully get something else. But he took my monster. So I do go ahead and try to pop it, get a draw. Doesn't work. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to have to admit defeat. So again, 2 misplays in a row, right? And so I thought to myself, oh gosh, I'm just not, it's just not my night for thinking through the plays. And sometimes I was too focused on setting up domain that I spent way too many resources. Now, this had me laughing. What kind of a hand is this? You know, I thought, you gotta be kidding. So I go ahead and activate here, and he goes ahead and plays Dragon Maid, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, Dragon Maid. And I thought to myself, if I understand this deck the way I think I do, there's a lot of effects where he may not need the extra deck. And then I figured out that that's actually Witchcrafters. So I end up misplaying again. Do you see the trend here? So bad. So it was absolutely awful. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh Kid, I'll have to show it to you at some point for sure. I've made adjustments because of how poorly things ended up going. So notice I'm building the field. You know, I've got stuff happening. And again, so what ends up happening here, I meant to play return. And again, I hit the button wrong and did not get my card to the hand. So the frustration is so real. Because the play that I was going to go for was to try and go ahead and use get Ether and then have that in the hand. That was my thinking. And then I could disrupt his play. So I go ahead and chain Scarlet Sanguine here. Okay, so there comes Eldlich the Golden Lord again. And again, I'm thinking things are fine, but unfortunately they weren't. As soon as I saw this guy, I thought, oh no, I've made the wrong play. That was the first thought that I had. I thought this is not good. And so I thought this is definitely a problem. So I do chain here, and then he just chains right back. Now watch how this resolves. It's just so brutal. And then he goes ahead and gets out House Dragon Maid. Now at this point I figured out that I really do need to get the domain. But at the same time I don't have a way to search it practically. Okay, so I've got that. Now at the time I'm thinking if I can at least stop him from special summoning. That doesn't work. Again, I had the domain and then he hits me with this. I just thought I am making misplays all over the place. Because I thought to myself, if I can send the Eldlich, then I can send March, then I can send this back to his hand, and if he can't special, he's also locked out. There was so much that I just kept overthinking it. I had the domain and should have just stuck with it. That would have made this so much better. Oh, Frog Monarch's the real deal. I used to play that. Now notice, I've cleared the field, so that's good, but it's not enough. I mean, as you're going to see here. So he brings out everything he needs to do. Now, I did learn my lesson. I figured out, okay, this is not the way to play this, which was very helpful to me. Yeah. Okay, so there comes out the big card, and it's stronger than my Eldlich, and I thought, oh no, it's bad. Okay, now the other part is it's a quick effect here. That's the other part that was so hard. Okay, so he's got the 2 cards out. I do try to activate here. And again, I should have done something different with the Eldlich that was in the grave. So he gets out the card. Okay, I do go ahead and activate. That would have been the better way to go here. I do special. Okay, he activates instantly. Okay, and then notice that puts it right back in my hand. Just so many misplays here. I had no way to search the Stormforth. That's what I was hoping for. I thought, well, if I could get the Stormforth back, I might be okay. Okay, then I get Prime out, and my thinking was Prime is I could shuffle stuff back that I need to put back in. And so I go ahead and do that. So there comes Prime. I shuffle both Stormforths back. Because I'm thinking I gotta find a way past his cards here. Okay, the draw's good. Ibris is a good card. And I've got Joker straight in the hand. So I knew that was gonna put in work. There's definite stuff I could do. I also have the Eldlich that's in the grave. So that would also allow me to send Prime. And then I could use stuff off Prime. So I thought to myself, if I survive the turn, I actually have a way here. No. Not for the switch yet. So here's where I knew I was in trouble, is when I saw how strong all these cards were. And then I saw this, and I thought, oh no, he's gonna pop it. Yep. And I knew at that point it was game over. Yeah, it was really good. Yep. So I was disappointed. I really wanted it to work, but it didn't end up working. So, literally 3 games in a row, heavy misplays, right? And again, I get into these moods sometimes where I don't know. It's just, I'm just not thinking clearly. Alright, so then we've got the next one here. And right away I look at the hand and I'm like, ugh. You know, like, that's not a good hand. Okay, so, so I thought to myself, well, I can at least make the domain lock. That's it. That was my only play. So I thought, if I can at least do that, maybe I lock him out. I don't know if that's going to work, but if he's heavy on the deck being extra deck, I thought, okay. And then I saw he's playing Light Swords, and I thought, oh no. Domains lose to Light Swords. Easy. Because they don't need the extra deck at all. And then I saw what he had here and I thought, well, all those resources wasted for nothing. And I thought, this is not good. So he goes ahead and makes Minerva. I knew that was going to be bad. And so then charge and everything's just going the way that he needs it to. I thought, oh gosh. So I thought, this is not a good situation. So I actually send the domain because I'm like, that doesn't even matter at this point. He can do other things to beat me. So I have to come and try and find some way here. Now this was interesting. So he ends up playing Skill Drain here. Now guys, I want you to see this. Something weird happens where my card's not targeted for some reason. It was strange, and if someone knows the answer for this, I'd love to know what it is. It was weird. Like, completely strange. Okay, as soon as I see this, I'm like, okay, that's not good. There go all my cards. And then the Eldlich stays there. So then he tries it again, and it still stays there. Does anyone in the chat know how that happened? Why is my Eldlich protected? Does anybody know? Because I honestly have no clue. It was protected from destruction several times. He used Judgment Dragon. Now notice Michael does go off though, so I do go ahead and chain here, trying to survive. I get the Prime Monarch out. And I'm thinking to myself, man, I really need a good draw here if I'm going to make this work. Okay, so he has to send all these cards on the end phase. Then Minerva goes off, has to send one more. So, not bad. And I thought to myself, okay, this does at least give me a play. So I go ahead and activate here, and my thinking is, I give him the draw too, but both cards have to go. He does use Michael's effect, and I knew that was going to happen, but it's the only play that I had. And I was curious what he was going to shuffle back in. He gets all this life back, which is very good. Okay, and then my hope is that he wouldn't have another Judgment Dragon in hand, or he didn't draw one. That's what I wanted. Oh, Grunt, I forgot, that's right. Now this was really good. So he gets to discard, and then notice here comes the Judgment Dragon, and I knew it was over. Yeah, so he gladly pays the 1,000. Notice he couldn't do anything else though, which I thought was interesting. So I feel like the pop I made was the right effect. So I thought that was good. Okay, so I go ahead and activate here. I think to myself, this is at least something. I go ahead and I pay the 800. Unfortunately, I don't have anything that I can discard. And I realize, oh yeah, that's not going to work. If only there was a way. So just needed one more spell card. So that one I wouldn't say was more of a misplay. That one was just a really good deck. So that was fine. So this was the last duel where I'm like, okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, that grass looks greener. I'm like, oh my gosh. No joke, right, Grunt? Okay. So again, I just realized this is just not working the way I wanted to. Too many bricks is what kept happening to me. So after this duel, I decided I do need to really make some adjustments here. And of course, I'm going against a deck that is very good about grinding Virtual World. And I thought, oh, it's bad. You know, it's so... I knew I was in some serious trouble. Okay, so... Notice here he goes ahead and uses the effect. Yep. It gets the trap card, which is so good. Especially with all the resources he has. Now Shen Shen comes out here. And I thought, oh man, this is a disaster. And Shen Shen's really good because any card sent to the grave is banished. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have no shot now. Just really rough. So he goes ahead and attacks, and then he hits me for the 28. And honestly, this is all he needs. Now, the problem I saw here is I'm like, I could get rid of this, but at the same time, if I do that, that's only going to lead to it getting special summoned in the next turn. I thought that's going to be really easy. So I went ahead and just got that out as a body. Just tributed the card off. I didn't destroy anything. Okay, so he goes ahead and activates the continuous spell. Really good. And notice he's just getting rid of all his hand traps, which is again why Virtual World is such an underutilized deck. Gets everything going the way that he needs him to here. Oh, sorry about that. Oh yeah, absolutely, Grunt. And then notice, then he gets Pot of Desires. He's got out the Cloud Castle. Goes ahead and uses the effects of, I say Choo-Choo, but I know that's not right. Choo-Che or something like that. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But he smacks into me, but what I like about this guy's build, it was very control-based. And for those of you who know me, I'm control-based. I see my draw here. I go ahead, I send that to the grave, knowing I really don't have another play after that. there'd be no way to, because he could just get it back out. So I knew that it was over. So with that one, I didn't really feel like there was misplays, but the first three here, those were heavy misplays that costed me the duel. So I made some changes. So after doing that, I'll show you what it looks like now. That way you guys can actually see what I've decided to build. Now, it's still the Royal Monarchs, but it's closer to my ratio that I want it to be. The problem is I still don't have access to some of the cards that I want. So here's the build now, and I do feel much better about this build. Okay, so as you can see here, so notice I made it to 40, which is good. I'm only playing one of the Golden Land cards and only two here of Cursed Eldland, and then again I still have that ratio here. I felt like my consistency was much better by doing this. So I know it's just one less card, but sometimes that makes a big difference. Okay, and basically what I'm doing here is just showing the journey, especially if you're playing casual. So notice I'm at the gold tier 4 rank. Not awesome, but that's fine. So anyway, so then I go ahead and I start dueling. Now, these next duels I would say are pretty easy duels. But I will be switching. So the Royal Monarchs have had their time, and I'm sure I'll play them at some point again. But I have other plans of what I'd like to play. And I still feel, until I get some of those other cards, it's still too bricky, which is one of the biggest problems with the deck. So notice here, I'm going to make him give me what I want. And I definitely wanted March here. Now, I do have a misplay to start off with, which really made myself upset. Because I just was telling myself, no, remember, don't misplay. I should have set this card. So I go ahead and I make Caius, and then I have to banish, and then I set one. And I thought it was better to have the domain lock than I did to have March. Okay, so had I done that, I would have been in much better shape and been exactly where I needed to be. So he goes ahead and he makes rockets, and it was absolutely the right call as soon as I saw the rockets that I played domain. Because rockets are fun, they're grindy, but you have to get to other removal, which can't be your extra deck. So I was very happy that I did that. So I go ahead and I send the Joker's Knight here, and this was a really fun duel. It was absolutely a blast to play. I had a good time with the duelists I was going against. Now, I knew the effects of the rockets were going to float. That's what makes them so much fun. They're a very good float deck. And the guy does really make a game of it. I was very impressed with how grindy he really wanted to go as well, which I have so much respect for. So I go ahead and I play my Tenacity here, reveal the Karaz. He chains instantly and, to get quick launch, which is so good. Such a great way to just get resources out that he wants. Now I'm good. I go ahead and I play the March, and at this point, I feel like I am on absolute lockdown with this situation. So I get out the Conquistador of the Golden Land. Okay, I also use the Joker's Knight, get a special. Now the reason I did that, I wanted to use Karaz's effect here to pop 2, which then gives me a draw 2. And I like the draw I got of Scarlet of the Sanguine. What's also nice about Scarlet of the Sanguine, that I think is very effective, I don't have to just summon Eldlich. The Everus is also a zombie, so it will also work with that too. So I felt good about that. But notice he's building a wall, a very effective wall, because on the end phase he's getting all those effects. Boot Sector launch is so good, especially once I start clearing his field here. So notice there comes Eldlich the Golden Lord, and again, look at the art, guys. Here's Karaz, look how he looks, and then look at Eldlich the Golden Lord with the yellow. Do you see the similarities? What was Konami thinking? Okay, so... I mean, come on, I can't be the only one who notices that, right? Other people have got to notice this. Okay, so go ahead and start smacking in. You know, feeling very good about where I'm at with everything. Okay, and then he's going to go ahead and use the effect here. And he goes through so many monsters. Now, I actually tribute set here. And the reason I did that, I knew I could just get a resource back. And I didn't want to take any damage. I didn't have to. Because you never know. That's the thing with Yu-Gi-Oh! What if that damage ended up being a big deal or not? Again, I think the music for this game is just so good. So notice, he's able to get a special from his graveyard. And as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, I don't want that. That's a definite problem. So he goes ahead and attacks into my Joker's Knight with his Exploder Rocket Dragon. And that's fine. I wasn't worried. Okay, so it's a good draw, without a doubt. So I go ahead and use the Panthesium, get a draw 2, banish, and I'm going for Stormforth here completely. The reason being, I don't want him to get a draw. So I play Cursed Eldlin, I use the effect. Okay, that gives me Eldlich the Golden Lord. I use the Joker's Knight. Go ahead and get my special. Go ahead and use the Monarch Stormforth, and I tribute off both cards here. Okay, there comes Eldlich the Golden Lord. Then I use the effect, send the Cursed Eldlin. Then I get the special here of Eldlich the Golden Lord. I mean, notice, I feel like once the deck gets going, it just is really good. So I start attacking in, really making the most of it here now. And just, you know, going for it. And then I always love it when I can smack for a big 3,500. That just looks so good. Okay, using the effect of Joker's Knight, shuffle Queen's Knight back in, get my special. I mean, everything really seems to be going the way I needed to. He does get all his float effects here, which are really good. So, I mean, pretty interesting for sure. Yeah, again, he's making the most of this field spell. Look at that, all that coming back from the grave. I do take my first damage here, which I'm fine with. That doesn't bother me. Okay, and then the effect of Eldlich the Golden Lord goes back. Okay, I go ahead and then I get the Monarch Stormforth. I'm going to go ahead and tribute off the biggest defense booty. And then I attack for game. I think he forgot about the extra 800 attacks. So that ended up being the game. So it was a really good start. I felt good about the consistency. I think it was the right decision to go for the domain there. Very effective for sure. So I thought to myself, okay, so I'm off and running. And again, I can't wait until we get some other cards released. Because boy, is that going to make a difference in how this all works. And again, I feel like I'm the only one playing this deck. I consistently keep seeing that. Okay, so start with Cursed Eldlin. Okay, now this time, looking at this one, I go ahead and send some cards. And I do feel like I had a little bit of a misplay here. I just felt like, yeah, I get the big body, but at the same time, I think the better play would have been if I set the Scarlet Sanguine and have the Conquistador of the Golden Land. I just felt like I spent way too many resources. So then I see what he's playing. I'm like, oh, okay, this is not in any way, shape, or form a meta deck. So as soon as I saw that, I thought, yeah, that's fine. So now, when he got the Chaos Max, though, that's when I was a little worried. And then he goes for Alternative. Again, very good. And so he gets that out, and I thought, okay, that's good. Goes ahead and get out Blue Eyes White Dragon. And again, notice, completely safe. So no effect here harming it. So he wastes the effect. So I go ahead, use the effect of Cursed Eldlin. Okay, goes ahead, and that's going to give me a special here, which I'm all about. Okay, now I do switch this here. Okay, and realizing it afterwards, I thought I would do better damage, and then I thought, oh, wait a minute, no, I wouldn't, because I have Ether the Heavenly. Now, what's nice about this, I can make him give me what I want. And so I go ahead and I get Domain, and I made sure I had 3 now. So I went ahead and did some harvesting and got the domain of the True Monarch, making sure it was at 3. Caius goes back to the hand. Now, Blue Eyes honestly can beat domain. They really can. It's a very good deck for sure. Yeah, and this is the right play. And that's why the Blue Eyes are just barely over in order to do that. Oh, Drytron looks sick, Grunt. We're going to have a duel at some point. Now, I feel real good about this, so I show him the Caius. I get the Monarch Storm 4th. The only problem is that I know I'm going to have to banish something, because I'm using his monster to tribute. Okay, now, I go ahead here, and then I do chain just to have a body out on the field. Okay, and then I go ahead and have him take the 1,000, and then I activate the effect, and realizing I could just send the domain, or the prime, or no, how did I get that out? I can't remember. Oh no, I sent the field spell, and then I attacked for game. Yeah, it was very effective. And I thought, ooh, I can go for game here, why not? Oh yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh Kid, it's gross how good it is. It's really good. Now, I do like that little icon this duelist had. I thought, ooh, I want that. I want one of the Monarchs. And if they give me my choice, it's going to be Mobius, because that was my first Monarch that I really enjoyed. The fact that I could get rid of spells and traps, I was like, yes. An awful hand. Look at it. It's disastrous. So I see that I'm also playing a Red Eyes deck, and I'm like, okay, I'm not worried. I know that sounds crazy, and I know the hand's terrible, but I knew instantly, I thought, well, this isn't a problem. Okay, so notice I just play the March. I just go ahead and play the Scarlet Sanguine. I'm not worried at all here. He goes ahead and uses the next effect, tributes it, gets out the next one, goes ahead and exceeds summons here. Okay, so it gets out Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. A great card. I instantly chain Scarlet Sanguine, get out my Eldlich the Golden Lord. They're the same attack, or the attack is 2800, the defense is 28, so I knew I'd be safe. So I wasn't worried. Now, I thought, seriously? I only play 2 and I draw it? Okay, then I go ahead and get out Conquistador of the Golden Land. Okay, so not bad. Okay, and I just let him take his turn. So he ends. Okay, and now I'm feeling great. I got the domain. So I go ahead and chain here. Now, I targeted the Red Eyes. Okay, and I don't know why I couldn't pop it. Oh wait, no. While it has... Yeah, yeah, so it had material still, that's right. There's just things I forget sometimes. And again, this is why reading is so important, everybody. Now, he does have the Mirror Force, which is fine, because I can still attack over it with Ether. And that's why I love March in Monarch decks. It's just so good for the protections. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree, Grunt. For sure. So, notice he gets resources back. I'm not worried. I feel very good about where I'm at now. I even banished the Panthesium. That's how unworried I am. So I go ahead and get out cards. I'm going to use the Joker's Knights effect. I get out Queen, or send Queen to the grave. Lower Iberus. Now I'm going to tribute it off. There he comes. And I'm actually just going to shuffle this back. Now, in the match, I didn't know what I was targeting. That is weird. They need to fix that. So that's a problem. Okay, so then I get the special summon of Eldlich Golden Lord, and then I just start smacking here. There's Iberus, then I attack with Prime. Okay, and then for game, there's the big boy. Oh, look at all that damage. I love the way that sounds. Hey, what's up, man? You've got to get this, monkey. It's good. So again, those two last matches were against really casual duels. I knew that I'd be fine. I knew they weren't going to OTK me. So I felt I had enough consistency I could make that work. Okay, so right off the bat, I did like what I had here. I thought that this is doable. And I thought, no, Dragon Maid. Now, if you guys remember from last time, Dragon Maid was not good. Okay? Oh, wow, Grunt. Oh, my gosh. So, the first thought I have here is I'm locking that man out of his extra deck. I have learned my lesson, sir. So, I go ahead and I play the domain. I instantly lower the ether. And like I said, fool me once, fool me twice, though, then we've got an issue. So I remembered. So then the King's Knight comes out. I use the effect. There comes the Jack's Knight. Go ahead and tribute. Use the effect here. Sending 2. And what I like about this, then I also get the special summon of Everus. Now, I go ahead and use the effect here. And I'm getting March. So now I know that I'm protected. So everything is going beautifully here. And now he's in trouble. What is this? Look, what is he going to do here? Right? He can only return that. He can't target Ether, which is exactly what I needed to be fine. And then if not, I would have had game right there. Everything's going beautifully. Then I set the Scarlet Sanguine, shuffle the Queen's Knight back in, get the Joker straight back to my hand. Everything is working beautifully. I couldn't be happier. He goes ahead, tries to use the effect here, which is fine. And I think he's realizing what's happening because, you know, he's trying to figure out a way. How do I get past this domain lock? But the Royal Monarchs, man, they're so good. If they work. Like, there's still bricky issues. And that will be solved once I get some extra support cards. And there's also the hand traps. Like an Ash does hurt this deck. It really does. So does a Droll and Lockbird. Notice he can't do anything, so he just surrenders. So yeah, I was like, hey, this is working. Like I'm feeling the consistency. Especially after I lost to Dragon Maid last time. I was like, okay. Now, this duel was pretty interesting. This guy I thought was pretty good. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Kid, the reason I don't play Squire is because Infinite Impermanence and Effect Veiler shut that card down so hard. So that's why I don't use them anymore. I used to use them all the time, and that's my main reason for not using them anymore. So I go ahead and activate Cursed Eldlich here, and the Ash hurts. I had everything I needed for a domain lock here, and this is what I'm talking about with the Ash. So my plan was to get a special summon out here, and then that does not end up happening. Okay, so as soon as I saw Alistair come out, I thought, oh no. And so I thought this is going to be bad. Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh! Kid, it is if that's your normal summon in a Monarch deck. Absolutely it is. So, notice what he goes for here. Really great card. And then when I saw the Shaddoll Fusion, I thought, oh, it's bad. Really, really bad. Because I knew this was probably going to end with Winda. So I saw the El Shaddoll Construct, and I thought, okay, I may not be dead here. Let's see what happens. Because I was looking to see if he was going to power anything up. And that did not happen. He sets a card, so he sets the Hedgehog, which is fine. Because I had a feeling he was going to use that at some point. Yeah, and there's the Alistair. So I knew he had one in the hand. Okay, so he goes ahead and does his attack. This card's so good because he can attack again. You know, not bad at all. Okay, and then there comes the Construct. So good. So very effective. And this is where I knew I was in trouble, right here. So as soon as the Anaconda came out, I'm like, yep, and there it is, everybody. I thought that's going to be a problem as soon as I saw that thing hit the field. You know, so he pays the 2,000, sends the Shaddoll Fusion, goes ahead and uses both Anaconda and the Hedgehog. And the reason I like this play so much is I think it's a very smart play to make sure the Anaconda doesn't stay out. So on the end phase, I do use the effect here. Okay, go ahead and get out the Joker's Knight. Okay, I go ahead and go for it here. So a terrible draw. You know, I only have 2 that I run in the deck. I know it's a possibility. So this is what I was going to do the first time. So I target, what a set though, right? He's got the called by, banishing the Eldlich, the Golden Lord in the process. So smart. I thought that is a definite problem. So I go ahead and send one, special summon in defense, and then I set the Queen's Knight because I really don't need it. Then I get the Elixir of the Scarlet Sanguine out because I know that's going to lead to a special summon of a zombie. Okay, so he goes ahead and normals Alistair, uses the invocation. And this whole time I'm thinking to myself, as long as this man doesn't end up with a certain card, I will survive the turn. And I knew because this can't do piercing that I was okay. I instantly changed Scarlet Sanguine here because I'm only allowed 1 special anyways. And then he gets the Max C. I'll never know what he gets off this. So that's the hard part. I wish there's a way. It'd always be nice, right? Like if you knew what they were adding. Okay, so he goes ahead, banishes the invocation, adds Alistair back to the hand. And I'm still feeling okay. I mean, I know he's going to get rid of my stuff, but that's alright, because I still feel like I'm not dead. So everything's still going okay. So Joker's Knight's effect's going off. I shuffle back to King's Knight in case I get Joker straight, because that would be really good. Okay, so I get March. Now, as soon as I get this, I think to myself, ooh, I have something I might be able to do here. So I go ahead and get the special out. Now, that's my special for the turn. My plan here is to attack. As soon as I saw the Alistair, I thought, he drew an Alistair. So I thought, darn it, because my thinking is I could get over the window, and then I could special the Joker's Knight, summon Ether, and then I could get Domain. I had a really good plan if I would have survived the turn, so I felt like it worked well. Like, I lost that, but I thought I didn't lose badly, so I was okay with how that ended up going. That didn't bother me whatsoever. It was pretty good. Yeah, not bad at all. Okay. So I feel good about the hand, okay? The reason being because I know I can get Panthesium. And I'm sure many of you are already seeing the problems with the deck. I do need to draw a lot. That, without a doubt, is a definite problem. Now, I play the Panthesium, ditch the return. Don't get the best draw. You know, it's not awesome, but it's at least something. Okay? Go ahead and use the effect here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and go for the marches. Okay, play March. Then I'm going to use the effect here. Get the special of Eldlich, the Golden Lord. And I don't think I can do anything else here. Yeah, that's the problem. I'd love to use it, but I can't. So I got to wait a turn. So go ahead and set the Scarlet Sanguine. And then I see that. And I'm like, oh, that's all. You know, like as soon as I saw it, I thought, oh, it's bad. Okay, so I go ahead and use that. Now again, this is never a dead card. That's what makes this so much fun. Okay, so I go ahead and lower it. And I actually didn't summon because I thought I could do something else in the next turn. And I'm going to have to ask you guys if they have this wrong. So all of you who are in the chat, I really do need to know. So I used Domain to lower Caius. That was a great play of the Raigeki. Then he uses the Monster Reborn. Again, I'm not worried because he's not playing meta. You know, like, I know I can survive this. So again, did everyone see that I lowered the Caius, right? I lowered it to 6 stars. So I get to my next turn. Okay, he's hit me pretty good. Like, I took some good damage there. Now, I go ahead and use the effect. Now that I know that I'm not worried about his extra deck, I go ahead and I use the effect here. I get the special summon of Eldlich the Golden Lord. Now, I go ahead and just attack, but before that, I was going to try and use Caius, and I tried using the domain, and it did not allow me to normal summon it. I thought you could lower it to a level 4. At least that's what people have told me in the past. So I just thought that was interesting for it to be an extra normal, and it didn't happen. So if that's not right, can someone confirm that for me? Alright, this is the last one we're going to see. And then I am super excited to start using a new deck as I continue to try to climb in the ranked ladder. Yeah, so anyone watching, if you know, I'd like to know. So thankfully I had to go second. Anytime you see a set like that, you're like, okay. And then off the top, it couldn't be better, right, everybody? So I send the tenacity, okay, and then I go ahead and use the effect here. And I'm hoping he'll give me another Panthesium, and he did. I could not believe it. I thought, oh my gosh. And then I got Cursed Eldlich, and I'm like, yes, all right, just what I needed here. So I pay the 800, use the effect, send 2. Okay, also I get the effect to send 1, use the domain. Okay, and then I lower 1. Alright, so now I'm going to get the effect here. So the ether is now going to be able to be summoned easily. I normal the summon, I use the effect, send prime and Panthesium to get a special summon in ether. Now I'm going to use the effect, and I thought, why not just go for game? So I go ahead and bring it out, and I'm like, yeah, let's get it. Okay, and then I love this. Just looks so good. Oh my gosh, I love the way that looks. They did such a great job with the animations in this game.
So, not too bad with the Royal Monarchs combined with Eldlich, huh? I was pretty happy with it. I enjoyed it. And I hope you guys enjoyed it too. If you did, please hit that like button. We'd also love to have you guys be subscribers to the channel. Also, if you ever want to catch these duels happening live, we'd love to have you guys be a part of our Twitch community. Hey, thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Wait for your next challenge. I know that you'll be back.